And it is Wednesday, August 29th, 2018, here with your free Facebook Live picks. And our live show, of course, over on YouTube as well. We're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Tomorrow's show, I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm going to have to do it from the Maui airport. I'm on my way to Vegas, of course, for the start of college football season. And, of course, for opening weekend of NFL season. I'll be in Vegas a lot this fall, an entire month of November. Probably at least half of October. So, just lots going on. So, if you're going to be in Vegas, by all means, look me up. Always like getting together with people that, make new friends. I guess is what you call it. People that we meet through the site. You guys probably don't know this story, and as I'm getting the YouTube channel together for this, I met Craig Trapp online through this whole sports thing as well. And that was 10 years ago that Craig and I met online, actually doing YouTube videos. And then we contacted each other doing YouTube videos together. I used to have a day-long chat during college football on my original site, which was called the College Football Place. And the rest is history. Craig and I went on to do a podcast. The podcast was called Picks and Parlays with Mitch and Craig. Craig and Mitch, don't remember. I think 1 week would be Craig and Mitch. The next week would be Mitch and Craig. And we used to do Picks and Parlays every Tuesday night. For an hour. It was a podcast. It was that we used to do, a live podcast, and then of course it was available for that. And then later on, we started the Picks and Parlays website. And you guys, I know a lot of people that watch this show and that visit Sports Chat Place and are members of Sports Chat Group, also fans of Picks and Parlays. But yeah, it all starts like that. So like I said, I'll be in Vegas starting tomorrow through the end of the first week of NFL season, then back in Vegas for first half of October. I'll be in New York for part of that, and then all of November into early December back in Vegas. That's at least what the schedule looks like, and I'll probably be there even more than that. You guys know that how that stuff always seems to work for us. But, of course, we're here every day regardless. We do at least 3 free picks. No excuses. Hurricanes couldn't stop us. We still were able to do the show during a hurricane. I know other people, it's like, well, it's my birthday, I'm not going to do the show, or, they come up with all kinds of excuses or reasons, and that's exactly all they are, is excuses. No excuses here, just free picks. We don't win them all. We certainly try to win them all, but boy, it would be fun if we could win them all, right? How awesome would that be? But, of course, our Facebook group, growing by the day. I think we had 100 new people added yesterday, which is awesome. So, like I said, hopefully you guys are off to a good start. And we got a full day of baseball. Appreciate that, Rich. I know there are a lot of live shows out there now. Just the way it's always been. I was the first one to do free picks every single game, every single day at Sports Chat Place. Now there's a lot of sites that do them, and of course I was the first one to do video in sports handicapping. That was 10 years ago. Now a lot of people do video, at least the ones that use real names and their real picture, right? And then the live video. I was the first one to do live video in sports handicapping. Now there's some other people doing that as well. I'm just, I know that everybody visits more than one website. I'm just glad that you guys keep us as part of your rotation. I know I visit, like ESPN. I'll even, there you go, free publicity. I'll visit ESPN. I visit NFL.com. I look at, a lot of individual college sites. Like I go to the University of Alabama website. Like I get my stats for college football games. People always ask me where I get my stats. I get my stats from the school's website. That's the best place because that's where they are on top of it. I mean, how much money does the University of Alabama make off their football program every year? You know their stats are updated by Sunday morning for the Saturday games. Trust me on that one. It's like every tackle, every sack, every assisted tackle, the defensive stats, the stuff that I'm the only one that reads, right? In the whole plan. Everyone else is looking at the touchdowns and the receptions and the rushing yards. I like looking at the tackles, the pass deflections. I don't know. And I guess that's why I do things a little differently than most people, and who knows. If that's part of why college football is my game, maybe. I don't know. I think I've just grew up watching it, and you guys know that, of course. I'm stoked for college football starting. Of course, we got the soft opening last week in college football, and this week they're playing real games, tons of them, and we got some monster matchups. Of course, my Miami Hurricanes traveling out to Jerry World to take on LSU in just a monster game. And, of course, we got Alabama, Louisville. We got Florida State, Virginia Tech, Michigan, Notre Dame. It just goes on, and pretty excited about this opening weekend of college football. Some of these under-the-radar games, like Northwestern, Purdue, looks like a pretty good game. I see a lot of people talking UCF, UConn already in the Facebook group. You guys know when it comes to college football, I can talk it all day long. You guys know for the last 10 years in my YouTube videos during college football season, every Saturday, I always lead the video off the same way. It's my favorite day of the week during my favorite time of the year. It is College Football Saturday. I can't wait to say it, and I can't wait to do it. But anyways, let's get to today's free picks. Let's go back to Wrigley Field. I'm going to take the Mets again. I can't stand the Cubs. Alec Mills is on the mound here for the Cubsters. Jason Vargas, who has been pretty much trash, right, on the mound most of the season, he's pitched pretty well recently. I like the way Vargas has pitched. We know that the Cubs and Mets played late into the night into a rainstorm last night, and the game got halted. It's 1-1 in that game. But in the new start game, Vargas against Mills, I like the Mets in this one. I think they absolutely pound Mills here. And like I said, I like the way Vargas has pitched recently. He has been terrible. I know most of the season, 6.96 for the season. See, Lamont is a Florida State fan. I'm a Miami fan, but it's like we're all college football fans, and that's the beauty of the whole thing. See, it's easy to get me sidetracked on college football. Florida State, of course, Miami, natural rivals. And one thing about the Florida State-Miami rivalry, though, and I mean, there was a point where 23 of 25 national championships went through the winner of the Miami-Florida State game. There was a period of 25 years where that happened. It was either one of those teams that played for the national title or somebody that beat one of those two teams played for the national title. 23 of 25 years, and I think it even went more than that. I think it was like 28 of 30 or something. It was a crazy number, but the Canes and the Noles always respect each other, but we both hate the Gators' guts and have no respect for them whatsoever. But anyways, it's another story. We'll get into plenty Gator bashing. We got months of doing that. Anyways, let's get back to some Cub bashing. You guys know I hate the Cubs. Mets, Vargas 2-0 in his last 3 starts. The team 2-1, 2.08. He is going in the right direction with a 6.96 ERA for the season, just 2.08 in his last 3. I like the Mets here, and I'll tell you what, I don't think they like the Cubs either. So we're going to take the Mets, and that will be our first pick of today's show. Lamont hating the Gators with me. I don't even understand what their thought process is in Gainesville. I don't even get it. I have a lot of friends that went to University of Florida, but we only talk about games. Skip's asking for my LSU Miami prediction. We only talk about games that are the day of the game. It's our tradition on the show, unless there's no games at all that day. Then we will do it. But generally, we only talk about the games that are today. We're all about the current. But especially, college sports where, 8 guys could be suspended the night before the game. It happens all the time. But anyways, let's get to our second free pick for today's show. Of course, we have free picks every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. And our best bets always over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com Premium and Premium Plus. Hopefully by tonight, we'll be posting our NFL contest where you can enter at least get your entry in, and then you'll probably be able to make the picks next week. We're doing 2 different NFL contests. One is sponsored by one of the giants of the industry, and we're partnering with them on this, which is awesome. They're really excited first time we're ever doing anything with these guys, and they're really excited to be working with us. I'm way humbled to be working with them, and we will see how that all goes. But let's go to our next game. The A's up against the Astros. Trevor Cahill on the mound for Oakland. Dallas Keuchel on the mound for the Astros. I was on Oakland yesterday. I saw a lot of people on the Astros with that gigantic price in the Facebook group. I couldn't say anything because I had the premium in on Oakland, and those that are premium members or that bought the expert package or whatever, they knew I was on the A's at 2-1 on our money with Edwin Jackson, who's been outstanding, right, this season. Well, Cahill's been outstanding too, and I think once again we're in a pick'em situation. I understand that the Astros have their big guns back in the lineup, but Jose Altuve in a key spot yesterday with late in the game, he struck out on 4 pitches, and he's just not all the way back. He might be back in the lineup, but it's not the MVP Jose Altuve that we're used to seeing. Bregman looks pretty good, as well, but it just seems that the Astros, not quite there. And the A's, they are like just this, you can't stop it, right? It's like over on the Big Island, the lava is still flowing, right? I mean, we don't see it on the news as much, but the lava is still flowing on the Big. Actually, the lava is always flowing on the Big Island. In case you guys didn't know that, there's 4 live volcanoes over there. They're not the kind that shoots up in the air like Mount St. Helens. They're just these kind of like slow, drizzling volcanoes. That's why the Big Island in Hawaii is always getting bigger, because the lava hits the ocean. But it's a moot point. The Oakland A's are kind of like the lava that's oozing out of the ground. It's like, they're coming, they're plodding along. It's kind of like there should be a way to try and stop this thing, because they certainly don't have the money, they don't have the superstars, they don't have any of that stuff that the other teams have. But the lava just seems to flow over the top. And I'll tell you what, we've been on the A's all season long. They haven't given me any reason to get off of them here, especially after last night. I mean, who rallies against the defending world champions in late like the A's did to them last night? I mean, they put the dagger, and that game was at Houston. I like the A's again with Trevor Cahill. I think they really punched him in the gut last night, and I think they punch him in the gut again here. I like Cahill. I think the A's get to Keuchel. I think they peck at him. But anyways, we'll take the Oakland A's. That'll be our second pick for today's show. Of course, we do 3 free picks every single day. Of course, tomorrow I'm headed to Vegas. College football on the way. We'll be doing the show from the Maui airport. We'll probably have to do either 2 separate shows, one for the YouTube crowd, which will be super quick, and then we'll do our regular Facebook Live. We'll have to find that quiet spot because it's like going to be like 5 in the morning, right, in Maui. Like, I think actually we might do the show from Honolulu Airport. Maybe we'll do one from Maui Airport, and then we'll do one from Honolulu Airport. We could try it. Or we could do it from the Hawaiian Airlines lounge. You want to talk about annoying some people? We could do it at the Hawaiian Airport lounge, because those people, they drink coffee like it's no one's business. Free stuff, they're all over it. Anyways, let's get to our third pick for today's show. Pretty good card, for a Wednesday. And I do have 5 premium picks out there on it. But one of the interesting games, once again, is we go to Philadelphia, where the Phillies are taking on the Nationals. Jake Arrieta on the mound for the Phils. Gio Gonzalez on the mound for the Nationals. And, the Nationals have been hitting the ball pretty well. The Phillies at home all season long have been hitting it well. And they are really, really struggling. But Gio Gonzalez has been getting pounded as well. The total in this one opened at 9. It went to 9.5. I like the over at 9. I still like it enough at 9.5, the way Gonzalez has been pitching. And also Jake Arrieta, ever since they mentioned the word steroids in the same sentence as his name, if you notice, he's not winning like he used to win in Chicago in his Cy Young Award-winning season. Part of it is he's gotten older, but I mean, part of it is maybe when they start mentioning that one word with his name, and all of a sudden the stats start to drop off, right? We've seen this over the years. I don't know. Maybe where there's smoke, there's fire. Maybe there isn't. I don't know the bottom line to that. I just know they mentioned his name and that word in the same sentence, and the stats dropped. And they've been going down ever since. I'm going to take the over 9.5 in the Phillies national game. So regardless of what Jake Arrieta eats for breakfast, we're going to take the over 9.5 in the Phillies Nationals game. That'll be our third pick and final pick for today's show. So we took the New York Mets. We took them against the Cubs. We took the over in the Nationals-Phillies game. And our other pick, Trevor Cahill in the Oakland A's at plus 137 against the defending world champion Houston Astros. It's going to wrap it up for today. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys in the Facebook group, talking picks all day long.